Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 15 review. This episode, as you know, was called Worth. It's the penultimate episode, if you will, of this season. It had everything, a good penultimate episode is. So, it's supposed to have, it had action, it had build up, it really gave you the sense that, next week is the finale, that this next battle is the last, this is it, this is what's been building up the entire, beyond this season, ever since Negan's been introduced, or even ever since he was mentioned in the mid-season premiere of season 6. So season 6 and a half, so roughly 2.5 seasons, this has been building up to this point. This is finale. Again, I'm sorry for rambling, but this finale, from what I have read, as per Scott Gimple, is supposed to basically end most of the story. I think all the storylines from the first eight seasons. So yes, we're still gonna have some things lingering. Like, I don't think we're gonna figure out about the helicopters this finale. I don't think we're gonna see Georgie and those two, and our two, I don't know who they are, friends, co-workers, whatever their relation is. Again, I forget their names. Ingrid, I don't know. Mom, I think Midge. I think one of them was Midge. Anyway, I don't think we'll see them again. I believe they are part of this new group that is in the comics after the Whisperers, and I have not read it yet, so I cannot speculate, and I'm avoiding spoilers for that specific reason, because I don't want to know anything about that storyline until I'm able to read it for myself. And then if you want to see a video sort of explaining that, I could post something, quickly about that. I'm not sure how many of you read the comics or are completely aware of what happens, that's why I don't go into so much detail with the comics. And I always let you know, spoiler alert and all that, and I will give a signal when the spoilers for the comics are done. In terms of those who have not seen the episode, the usual rules apply. If you haven't seen the episode, you probably shouldn't be watching a review for said episode. But, I do put the spoiler warning in the description. So if you've seen the episode, great. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. If you haven't, then now would be a good time to stop watching this video and go check the episode out, and then come circle back around and watch this video again. But from here on out, definite spoilers for episode 15, Worth. So jumping right into it, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. This review, what I have on paper, might not be the exact order of everything in the episode. In fact, I know it isn't, because I remembered certain aspects and I threw them in at a later date. But I'm going to make sure I hit all the important parts of this past episode. So here we go. Aaron is fighting walkers in the mud. We saw that was one of the sneak peeks. And we see the Oceansiders just basically leave him. They just walk past him. And then he's fighting walkers. Now, they see him before he ends up fighting walkers. He's trying to collect water from the rain. He takes out a bunch of walkers using sticks. He had his knife. He lost his knife. He kicked one, which initially I thought he just kicked it and it went down. It usually takes multiple kicks for these walkers to go down. I mean, it depends. There's a lot of factors in the equation, but it could have all. I looked at it afterwards, and I'm like, okay, you know what? They're riding more now. Maybe it was just that easy to kill it. If he did kill, I kept expecting it to grab his leg again or something. I didn't think he would die. I thought if they're gonna kill Aaron off, they're gonna do it after the Oceanside thing is done. They weren't gonna do it before he tried to convince them, which I think he will. I think they'll join the fight after his argument, basically saying, "Is this what you want your life to be?" Pretty much, like pleading with them, like, "Come on, you can end this." Basically, and I think now, especially since Cindy, her name's Cindy, since she's in charge and not Natanya, since she's not in charge anymore because Enid shot her without even thinking, just blam, shoot her. Again, didn't have to. But anyway, that since she's in charge of Oceanside now, I think she'll lead the fight, help lead the fight against the Saviors. Probably what's going to end up happening, if I had to make a prediction, I'll talk about this more in the predictions video. It's probably going to be, they'll probably come in at the very end time to save it, even though that's a bit cliche, but I don't think they'll be there right from the beginning. I think they'll arrive in time during the fight, but at a crucial moment. Okay, so that's enough about Oceanside and Aaron. Rick finally reads Carl's letter. Just going over a few quick points. I'm not going to paraphrase the entire letter word for word, but it's reminiscing about the walks they would go on, different childhood memories, holidays, etc. And also talking about basically being merciful, showing mercy. And I think Rick is going to be a little bit more on the merciful side now than the rage, I'm just going to kill everybody mode. But we'll see. I am not speculating right now. That's for the predictions. Okay, Gregory at Sanctuary. Simon decides to give him a second chance to prove himself after saying, I was going to kill you, but Gregory somehow convinces him, because that's who he is, that I'm useful. Simon told, I am the juice. Line, I thought that was pretty funny. So what else? That's nothing much. They're just drinking tequila. I mean, that was mentioned by them previously. Simon did say that they have tequila. What else? Negan returns and confronts Simon. He confronts Dwight and Simon, but Dwight seems like it's a more peaceful conversation. He was very confrontational with him. Point blank, I know what you're doing. Stop. Remind him of where they were in the beginning. And also making it perfectly crystal clear that Simon was, in fact, the individual who killed all the men and boys at Oceanside. and that wasn't a Negan decision, that was a Simon call, which is totally in character for him. We know he's very just wants to wipe everybody out, and the first chance he gets. We know that from the garbage people, and we know that now from Oceanside. So that makes Negan a little bit more likable. That Negan, we know he doesn't want to kill all those people. Now he does. Now he's just angry at everything. He just wants to end it. But prior to that, he, took out the right person at the right time. Everything's hunky dory. Up until Rick's group. Rick's group shows up, and they play by the rules initially, but then they're like, nope. But the reveal that Simon killed everybody at Oceanside, I like that. I kind of figured that, but it's nice to know that for sure. Simon apologizes, and Negan forgives him. I'm not 100% if Negan actually forgave him, or if it was a ploy. I think it was a little bit of both. I think he forgave him, but he still wanted to see what he would do next, and I think Negan was prepared for something to go down. I think he was prepared. I don't think Simon was completely off the hook yet. Speaking of Simon being off the hook, Dwight sells out Simon's traitors to Negan. Negan kills all of them. Has them all killed. Berates Simon for his killing of the garbage people. And his handling of that whole situation. And Negan gives him a chance to win the title of the big man by having a fist fight. Good old-fashioned backyard brawl. Meet you at the swing set at 3 o'clock type of thing. So they have, know Lucille's gone. Fisticuffs go down. Sorry for that corny word, but they throw down. And Negan chokes Simon to death, kills him in hand-to-hand combat. It's a pretty intense scene, one of my favorites in the recent episodes. And change Walker Simon to the fence. I thought that was pretty cool. He was a very intense Walker. Stephen Agg himself, who played Simon, said he wanted it to be almost like a pit bull. He wanted it to be the same way Simon went out in rage. He wanted that to carry over as Walker, which we've seen before. So that's very accurate to this show. Because when Shane died, he was in a murderous rage. He wanted to kill Rick. He comes back very quickly as a Walker and is very aggressive. Then you have others like Amy, who... I'm not going to say she died peacefully because she was bitten a few times by Walker, but she died in her sister's arms. She wasn't angry the way like Shane was. She came back slowly, peacefully. It took her a long time. So that was cool. Negan devises a pretty cool fake plan for Dwight. I mean, his other saviors are there, but they're obviously in on it at this point. But during the fight with Simon, Dwight gives Gregory a map telling Rick where Negan is supposed to be. And Gregory actually goes. I didn't think Gregory would. I thought he would tell Negan, which he very well could have. Because Negan does figure out that Dwight gave it to Gregory. He said, using Gregory. He might have also surmised that because Gregory's gone. I think he put two and two together. So it's revealed that Laura was picked up in the previous episode, which I kind of surmised. Once I saw Gregory was there, I figured he kind of went to... because he escaped with the Saviors, and I don't think Negan would talk to him that way. excuse me, the way that he talked to Laura when he picked her up. So Laura basically rats out Dwight, which is what inspired Negan to give his, fake plan to Rick. And I don't think he's going to kill Dwight. I mean, Dwight's shown alive in the finale. He has the A shirt on. I think Negan plans to use him to his advantage. Maybe get him to lure one of Rick's people into a trap. I don't know. That's probably what he's going to do with them. I don't think he's going to kill him. I think he's going to hold on to him and use him as the best he can. Okay, now to my good old friend Eugene. He finds out that Gabriel was manufacturing fake bullets, or just bullets that wouldn't fire properly, and bans him from working on the line anymore. I do think that somewhere along the line there are some fake bullets that either weren't found, or maybe Eugene made some blanks or phony bullets that we haven't seen yet. But I think that's going to come back into play. Daryl and Rosita show up. They capture Eugene and basically just say, like, look, we're going to stick you in a hole. You're never going to see the light of day unless we need your brain. These were his friends at one point. And I still have that a little sliver of belief that Eugene is just doing what it takes to survive and that he's not 100% Negan. But he's going along with it. He did help Gabriel escape. He didn't have to do that. If he was 100% Negan, he's not letting them escape. So I still think he's going to do something to redeem himself a little bit. Even if it's a small thing, I do think that he will he will eventually. I know it doesn't look like it in this episode because he vomited on Rosita to get away. He escaped from his former traveling companions to get back to the Saviors. So he clearly wants to be there. Unless he's using that as a cover to get back there to make fake bullets. He did quote Rosita to Gabriel, so we'll see how that goes. I thought it was kind of interesting how Daryl missed Eugene in the ashes with his tracking skills, but they just ran. He wasn't in tracking mode. He was in let's run and find him mode. Okay, Regina informs Eugene that Negan has returned and to prepare for war. And Michonne reads Negan Carl's letter to him, to which he says, no surrender, I'm basically bent on killing you all. Destroys the walkie, and this is it. He's fed up. He's like, people in my own group are trying to kill me. I'm just going to kill everybody, and then we will move forward. We being the Saviors. And Walker Kill of the Week. The only Walker Kills of the week were Aaron's kills. So that's going to be that. Top 5 moments. 5 is Rick reading Carl's letter. 4, Michonne reading Negan the letter Carl wrote to him. 5 was, I can't remember how handwriting. Sorry, 5 was Daryl and Rosita capturing Eugene. 4 is Michonne reading Negan's letter that Carl wrote. 3 is Rick reading Carl's letter. 2, Negan devising the fake plan for Dwight and Laura's ratting him out. And 1, Negan and Simon fighting to the death. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a perfect 10 out of 10. It had everything, action, big character death, and it ramped us up for the finale. So I will see you in my predictions video coming up shortly for the finale. I have a sizable amount written, more than I usually do for my predictions video. So stay tuned for that. And till then, Deuces, Jerry.